Hi, my name is Cheri. I have a scratchy throat. I'm getting over a summer cold or perhaps a tick bite, but it was in the Rocky Mountains, so don't worry about Lyme disease for me. But it's getting a little better, but I have a drink here, and I may do that a few times during my helper's here. You can't see him because the Branson get down. But it is time for holiday catalog preview things. So today I will be stopping by the post office on the way to do my live taping on Facebook with my girlfriends. So if you have asked for a holiday catalog, since the time that I had them sent from Stampin' Up, then you will be getting those today. If you would like a holiday catalog and you've never ordered from me before, then just message below in this and I will email you so you don't have to put your address down there. But it's full of some fabulous, fabulous things. So you will want one. You can't order from it if you're not a demonstrator until September 4th. But I will be showing you some sneak peek things before then so you can have your list ready. And if you would like to be a demonstrator and you sign up, there's a super, super good deal right now. And if you take advantage of that deal, you get $35 extra of whatever you pick. You get a $150 starter kit for $99. And you can pick from that catalog. So that's fun. So today I'm going to use something from the holiday catalog. And last week I did a series on embossing folders. And then, I don't know, like on Thursday when it posted, I said it was finished. But then I got the embossing folder that's called Hammered Metal out of the holiday catalog when my order came on Friday. So I decided to extend it. So I'm going to do this card today. I may do one more. And this one does use a stamp set from the holiday catalog as well. If I do one more, I may go back to the annual catalog and show you how you can mix it up and use it with something that you may already have. So let me show you a couple of things that I've done. If you caught my live with my daughter, we did these on that. And then I will aim the camera down and make the card for you today. So the hammered metal, actually I was watching an episode of Friends with my daughter. Well, I wasn't, she had it on. But when they are in the coffee shop, there's a hammered metal copper coffee thing behind them, big in the coffee shop in Friends. And it's exactly what my card's gonna look like today, the hammered copper. But this is soft suede, and then we just ran the white stamp pad over the back of it to kind of pull it up. This is our new vellum. So there's a right side and a wrong side to the vellum. But either side could be the side that you wanted to use. We did run this through top side up. So if you did it backwards, like if you wanted to use this color, it would mute the green a little bit, but that may be the effect that you're wanting. And then this is the Noble Peacock foil. So that's really pretty. So I'm going to use the copper today, which is kind of what it was designed the look for. And I'm going to use, I'll show you the stamp set. This is a really pretty fall geared stamp set, but the card I'm going to make today, it uses just the leaves, so it could be all year round because, you know, leaves could be all year round. But this has some pumpkins in it and it has some dies. So I'm going to use the dies, and this is also, when you see the catalog, it's one of the ones that you can order just the suite number, which is what I did because I'm lazy. And so if I can just type one number, and it will be my online class in September. So don't order it from anybody else if you want to take my free online class, because I can't tell you the number of times people say, I already ordered this from another demonstrator. But the only way you can take my free online class is to order the bundle from me, and then you get the videos. So it would be something like this that you would get in the free online class, and nobody else gets to see the videos. You only get to see those videos if you're part of my online class. But I send you all of the paper supplies then to make the cards along with me in the video. So hang on while I aim the camera down. And you know my camera stand's funky, so it makes me nervous for my phone. I think we're maybe a little bit more. I don't want my phone to fly out. And we got a different one that we used on Facebook Live, and it worked great for Facebook Live. So I have two cameras now. But then when I made it on YouTube, it was a little blurry because the definition on YouTube's a little higher. Okay, so for this, I've got two colors. And some of this I may not remember exactly what the things are called. So we'll see if we can figure it out. Let me take a drink real quick. Okay. So this is some paper that doesn't go in this suite. But if you take an online class with me, a lot of times I throw in something that you didn't get. So this is actually part of a suite that has some jingle bells. So I went with navy as our background color. Because of, well, I went with navy and then I pulled that paper out and I'm like, oh, because navy and copper. Copper is my favorite metal. I love, love, love copper. So let's do all... Trying to think how I want to do it. Let's do all of our Big Shot pieces first because we can. So first, this is just our copper foil and it's just in the regular catalog. And then the new folder, get out, is one of the new 3D. So either you will need to just run it through like we did our dynamic folders, or you can buy this new plate, which is linked on my website. Most of this stuff I can't put the link for you on yet because you can't buy it. But that one I will have. And then if it's the side that says Stampin' Up is right side up. So you want to do that on this. And then it has the line on this to make it straight. It doesn't matter so much on this. Always on the folders, run it through seam side first. Because if you don't, you chance snapping your folder. And it just takes one pass. So we've got that. And then look how beautiful this is. Isn't that just so pretty? And now you know what I mean. You've probably seen these in vintage homes or restaurants where the hammered copper is. So that's the folder. And then these are the dies that come with it, and they are called Gathered Leaves. This is the little rubber pieces that attempt to hold my phone in, but they just pop out of the phone holder. So here's the dies. So you get the ones that cut out the pumpkins and the big leaves, and then there are 3 of these, and we're just going to use one. They emboss and cut out. And so what I'm going to do, there's 3 new stamp pads in the catalog, and this is emboss and cut out, so we go back to your regular platform on whatever die cutting machine you're using. Move this out of the way, I guess, a second. I knew that this wasn't going to be exactly regular kind of stamping. So here's the copper, and you can get refills for all of these. So I'm going to take this and lay it on here. And because it is just like 8:30 in the morning, I am not going to, I'm trying to keep my fingers clean because I'm getting ready to go take the live, like I said, so I don't want to go over and already have inky fingers before I get to my girlfriend's house. So I'm going to put that on there. And then I've just got some scrap pieces of the blue, the navy. If it was the end of the day or it wasn't going someplace, I would just pick this up. But I'm going to try to slide it on here. Okay, so you got this, and you'll see what I mean by embossing and cutting. And it's on there good. It's not, maybe like if you were laying it on here, you might want it more centered, but the whole leaf's on there, so we're going with it. And this one I did do back and forth, only because I created this card at 7 o'clock this morning, so I'd be able to film this before I left, because I'm supposed to bring a project for our live. So I haven't really had time to mess with anything yet. Okay, so you can see how it embosses and cuts out. And because I put the copper on there, it has a little bit of copper. So we'll leave that there. And then I'm going to do it one more time. And this time I'm not going to re-ink it. And it's going to have, it'll be less copper. The first time I did it, I really smashed it on there because it didn't look like it had very much ink on it. And it was kind of too much. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe after I do this and it's not enough, I will have to think, maybe we'll think that it needs more. But you guys are kind of experimenting along with me today because I didn't have a whole lot of time. Oh no, it's fine. It's not as much as my other one, so I'll show you. And then on my website, you can go back and look at the still photos of the 2 different cards. So you could probably actually do 3 if you do it as heavy as I did the first card. And I'll show you at the end when I do it. Get that out of the way. Okay, then we are going to take, this is just a piece of scrap vanilla. And I'm going to take my copper pad. And for those of us that have been stamping with Stampin' Up! For 25 years, this is a technique that we did used to do. I did not come up with this. This is a been there, done that. But I'm feeling vintage again. Like the vintage is speaking to me. So just kind of put this on here. So now I just have a bunch of ink. And then I'm going to take the copper embossing powder. I'm going to put it, just a whole bunch of it here in the middle. So you're just going to put it like that. You're not going to pour it out. And a lot of times if you watch my videos, you will hear me say that embossing powder lasts a long time. If you use it like this, it's a nice way to use it up. But it's okay. If you can see my label here, you can see I've had this for a while because that's a couple of iterations back to what our labels are. So now I can order still more. This we might do this at my September camp. So if you're one of my camp girls, we might not. I don't know, because you know this is my first card with the holiday catalog. So I'm going to heat this, and I'm going to heat it from the bottom. And I'm talking now because once I turn the gun on, it's going to be harder for you to hear me. You don't want to heat it from the top, because if you do it from the top and there's this much powder, it's just going to blow off. It might burn your paper a little bit, but I have the copper ink on there, so it doesn't really matter. Isn't that pretty? And you want a nice, generous portion of it. And then when it's all just about done, now you can heat from the top. And you want to have your stamp ready. And then just put your stamp into it. And then you can let it sit here a second. You can ink it first. And it might, like on the red rubber especially, I think if you ink it first, it helps it release a little bit. With the photopolymer, it just, once the you can see it sticks, and you can see it didn't burn the back of my paper. The reason you want to heat it from the top though, from the bottom, is because with all that powder, if you heat it first here, it's just going to blow everywhere, and you're going to lose half of it. You're not going to have this nice little pool of it. So now you just lift it out of here, and you can see it doesn't stick. And I don't want the whole leaf. I just wanted like an impression of a leaf, kind of an artsy kind of thing. And then I'm going to go vintage again. Back in the day when we used to tear everything. And this is why I wanted to have some extra copper around, bigger than what my my leaf was. There we go. And then I don't want that much vanilla showing. So I'm going to go back to where the vanilla is and kind of get up close to it. So I want some vanilla to give a little bit of a highlight to it, but I don't want actual vanilla cardstock showing, because my card's mostly blue and copper. And for those of you who may have really old things, you could use the ruler that we had that used to help you get a nice torn edge, and then that would help you not have all of this vanilla showing, because it would tear it better. So see how pretty that is? Super, super pretty. This is a really quick card. Okay, so now I'm just going to take and put this on here. One tip, it's really hard to get adhesive to stick on the back of our foils because it kind of resists it. So put your adhesive on the back of your card, not on the back of the foil. So just put that on there. Take your little strip of Christmas paper. That, yeah, I realize it's Christmas paper, but on this card, there's nothing Christmassy about it. And I will tell you that I may do another variation of this card and do it this way and pull in just these colors and not have any metal on it at all and do a fall kind of card. And this way, it could definitely be a guy card. But this time I'm going for my love of copper, because this catalog really showcases the copper, and it's my favorite. And some years we don't have hardly anything that's copper, and this year we're celebrating all copper. So I'm going to take 2 full-size dimensionals, get my little bag of tricks over here. To me, copper never goes out of style, but apparently the powers that be that decide what metals are in think sometimes copper's not in. So just kind of put this on here, wherever you want it. Excuse me. Get a drink before my throat goes again. Then we're going to take our 2 leaves. I'm just going to add those so they're kind of all making like a little leaf bouquet. I know people often wonder if these metal inks dry fast, and you can see it's dry. And there was a fair bit of ink on there. So it doesn't, like if you were going to paint with it, you would want it to have a little bit of time to dry. Or like you wouldn't want to rub your hands on it. And so it takes a little bit longer than regular regular ink to dry, but not, it will dry. Maybe on a super humid day, it might take longer. So this is one mini dimensional here, because I want something to be able to hold all this together. So I have 1 mini dimensional, and then I'm almost out of this. I have a regular order coming that's gotten held up in the giant long line of all of the holiday catalog pre-orders. So I have this much of our regular copper trim left, but that's okay, because this copper trim you can take just like this much of. So I don't need much, that much. And then you can separate it. So just kind of pull it like this. And you can get it to be all waddy like this. Give it a little bit of shape. Yeah, I took the top off. I couldn't remember if I took the top of that off. And then I'm just going to stick this to the top of the dimensional, which you can see, you can still see the dimensional through. It's okay because you can see the vanilla, so it's not like it's the killer. But then, look at how fabulous these are. These are like the Noble Peacock rhinestones, but they're holiday rhinestone basics. So it looks like there's navy, maybe pool party, maybe spruce. I haven't looked up the colors. I don't think that's real red. It's a kind of Cajun-y. And then maybe crushed curry-ish. Don't take my word for it on those colors. But we're going to get one of the navy. Whoops. And just use these to make like a little holder for your, and one of the crushed curry. They could be mango, but I think it's crushed curry. And then one of the pool party. And just put those right on top of the little dimensional, and it covers them right up, and it looks like it's made a little leaf bouquet. Is that not stunning and super easy? And it's kind of a different technique. It could easily be a birthday party, a birthday card. It could be a Thanksgiving or a fall card, obviously. And if you're going to use it for that, then you might pull a pumpkin into it. But I was trying to get one that you'd be able to use pretty much year round. Now, it could be a guy card, except for the rhinestones, right? Because those are kind of ish. So if I was going to make it a guy card, I would leave the twine. This is just a tip for you. I would leave, or the copper trim. I would get some of our linen thread or the twine. Or even, I almost put, oh, did I move it? No. This. So you could change it to be sand, this. So it pulls this in, and then you could add a little bit of this. And then instead of the rhinestones here to hold it together in the holiday catalog, there's these little stars, especially if it's a birthday card. And instead of having these rhinestones, then just use a star to cover up that. So then it makes it more masculine maybe than some rhinestones. But here's my other one. And you can see how much more copper the original leaf is, because I really pressed it down in there. So there may be a happy medium. I might have pressed it a tiny bit more. But the other thing with the metallic ink pads are they are embossable. So You can get some fun looks by like stamping if you have a big saying, or you know, one that has some chunkier fonts, and then like sprinkling embossing powder like through part of it and letting some of it be matte copper and then some of it have the embossing powder through, which is a fun look, and I will do that. Because you know, you get the new catalog, and at least for me, my mind literally explodes with 1,000,000 ideas, and I unfortunately don't have time for 1,000,000 cards to make them. I wish I did, but I hope you enjoy that. And again, if you need a holiday catalog and I've never sent you one before, then you can either just message me down here if you're on Facebook, or on watching this on Facebook, then just send me a message in Messenger. Or if you're on my website, then you can just comment down below this. Or if you're on YouTube, then just comment down below and I will contact you from YouTube, because I would love to send you one and you would love to have one, trust me. And if you're interested in joining my team, then let me know and I can get you information on that, because it's a fantastic month. I don't know that there could be a better month to sign up with the deal that they have and being able then to get some items out of here. So have a great day and look forward to some more ideas to show you. Bye.